Hello, I'm Lucas Marr, and I've got your sports news. All eyes will be fixed on Canada's Olympic men's hockey team as they face arch rivals Russia in their quarterfinal matchup tonight at Canada's Hockey Place. Both teams lost one game in the preliminary stages as they head into the knockout round of the tournament, with Roberto Luongo getting the nod in net for Canada. Other quarterfinal matchups today include the Czech Republic versus Finland and Switzerland versus the United States. Coach of the Year. And that's it for sports. Now back to you, Keith.
Thanks, Lucas. It's good to see Bobby Lou's back in net for Team Canada tonight.
Well, they've talked about it all throughout the tournament. You know, it's Brodeur's job to lose, and Luongo has played a little bit better. It's his home rink. It's his time, and I think it's the right move for the Canadian squad. Hello and welcome to Hummer News, coming to you from the Broadcast Center at North Campus. I'm Lucas Meyer. Thanks for joining us.
And I'm Amy Shields. Today, for your summer eating pleasure, we take a look at food. From the healthy and sometimes the not so healthy, and we have the recipe for hosting the perfect party. But first, Lucas has our top story.
Thanks, Amy. Have you ever wondered what's in your food or wish you had a better understanding of what you consume on a daily basis? If you do, eating organic may be the right alternative for you. Hummer News reporter Adrian Colling explores the world of organic food. While Toronto is one of the most culturally diverse cities in the world, when it comes to street food, we just don't measure up. Well, the city has been trying to amend this year with its 3-year pilot project, a la carte. The program also aims to introduce healthy alternatives to the hot dog, but it ran into criticism from vendors after its introduction last year. Changes have been made, but will they be enough for the critics? Aaron Bosenberg brings us that story. Welcome back. So, are you hosting a summer party for your friends? Rather than setting out processed food for them to nibble on, why don't you offer up something homemade and skip all the artificial fillers?
Humber News reporter Lucas Meyer shows you how to stay on the right track.
I'm going to move my foot just by hand. In running, your main competitor is you, but foot injuries can make your race a lot harder. So I hit the road to find out how to stay on the injury-free path. First stop, the Complete Foot Health Clinic on Yonge Street, which specializes in, you guessed it, feet. I met with chiropodist Salman Alam, who described the most common foot injuries.
One significant one is plantar fasciitis. Basically, it's a strain on your Achilles or your plantar fascia. Okay. Another one is the Achilles tendon area, where a lot of people strain on that part of the foot. And another typical one is something like shin splints.
Before even thinking about running consistently, it's important to know which foot you might have.
There are basically 3 types of feet. There's a neutral foot, there's a flat foot, and then a high arch foot.
Some flexion.
Once you know that, you can head over to a shoe store like The Running Room, which specializes in narrowing down the proper footwear you should have.
What's great about all of the brands that you can buy specialty running shoes for is that they have shoes designed for all of the different foot types.
People with high arches should wear lighter shoes that soften each step where the midsole is more important, whereas people whose feet pronate more should wear rigid and supportive shoes. So you've got the right equipment for your foot, but what about preparation? These cross-country athletes describe their routines.
Definitely hamstrings. You can't emphasize that enough. A lot of hamstring stretching.
Some lunges, some squats, just to kind of prepare your muscles.
And if you have suffered an injury, veteran runners and experts agree you must take your time.
It's very important that they start slowly back into the activity to help prevent the injury from happening again.
You must rest, and you must make sure that an injury is gone before you even attempt it.
Well, there you have it. The best ways to avoid and recover from injury, the proper footwear to wear, and what kind of foot you might have and how that's going to affect your running. For Hummer TV, putting my right foot forward and staying on the track, I'm Lucas Meyer, and I'm going to get back in there. Wait up! Canada took home gold and silver in the women's 2-man bobsleigh in their final run. The tandem of Heather Moyes and Kaylee Humphreys edged out teammates Helen Upperton and Shelly-Ann Brown for the gold.
And now over to Lucas Meyer for a look at what's coming up in sports.
Thank you, Keith. When we come back, I'll tell you what Hummer Hawks were named All-Stars for the year. But first, here's weather reporter Jesse Coletti-Greco with a look ahead at the weather coming up later in the show. Canada continues racking up the hardware with 2 more medals from yesterday. In women's ice hockey, Canada defeated the United States 2-0. Marie-Philippe Poulin scored twice in the first period, and that was all the Canucks needed for a 3rd straight Olympic win.
Great summer.
Thank you, Amy. You as well. I am Lucas Meyer. Hummer News is written and produced by the journalism students at the North Campus. You can also catch us online at mediaservices.hummer.ca. Hope you're having a great summer.